When the dads come along, they haven't realised there's been something missing. They haven't realised the power of these experiences.
I think when you've got a good relationship with your children and things like this come up, you think, oh, we don't really need to do that.
But it's such a different experience. You don't realise until you do something quite out of the ordinary of, the benefit it can bring.
It was good just spending time with my dad. It was fun just setting up the tent together and yeah.
It was just lots of fun because we got to bond with our fathers a lot more than we would usually do.
It's a chance for them to spend some structured time thinking about and talking about some important things about growing up.
We're really aware of the need for boys and men to open up and talk about how they're feeling, their emotions.
The structured environment where we got to talk to other fathers and individually to our sons unlocked more interesting parts of our relationship and encouraged you to embrace the situations.
Character development is at the core of what we try to do at the Hutchins School.
At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is create unique individuals that reach their full potential and become the best versions of themselves they can be. The most important part about it, I think, is creating conversations, creating authentic conversations between dads and their boys, but also creating conversations between other men and the development and building of community.
One of the things that is unique to the process is it creates a really safe environment in which the boys can be vulnerable, but probably more importantly, the mentors are as well.
One of the really great things about the camp was the honouring circle. The boys returned from an activity bringing each of the dads a letter with some truly heartfelt statements that they wanted to share with their dads, but sometimes they're hard to say.
When I was writing the letter about my dad, I definitely thought about stuff that I wouldn't usually think about.
It was positive to hear the openness of fathers talking to the sons, and I was able to talk to Jack openly about my affection for him.
It was really nice because my dad was saying nice things that he liked about me. I'd already heard it once before, but it's always nice to hear it again.
My husband wrote my son a letter, which I think was really special. I noticed my son's popped it in his box of things to keep. And I think for both of them it was really nice because Jacob doesn't often write things down or express himself like that. So it's something really special for both of them.
I think the biggest positive that I took away from the camp was the reaction of my son to the opportunity to ask me questions and ask me questions about things from my childhood, how it related to his experience.
The whole camp was an opportunity to reflect on the relationship that we do have, which is, I think we have a good relationship, but I think elements of the camp enable me to reflect on how the relationship can be better.
The things that I've noticed since the camp, their communication channels are a lot more open.
After the camp, me and my dad felt a lot more connected together at home, and I felt really happy about it.
I just felt like my dad and we had more of a bond and we could do more stuff together.
What we're seeing is that boys are realising that there's a real strength in vulnerability, a real strength in being authentic and having conversations and actually sharing what's going on with you. If we can develop a culture of that, we can develop a sense of a more positive masculine out there that feels supported and supports others.
The reason we went to the Rites of Passage Institute was because of the work that they had done, both in other schools, but more importantly, the example that they use with Indigenous cultures and reference to elders within the community being the role models for young people.
The great thing about working with the Hutchins School is that their commitment is something that really inspires us and really wants us to, further this partnership that we have with them.
It can be a challenging time for boys as they transition into teenage years, and I think some of the things that we're able to take away, both as a father and a son, will stand us in good stead for successful teenage years and happy times.